Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with a very exciting video here in regards to my arena. But more importantly, guys, if you, like myself, already received the Knull shards here in the payout for the conclusion of Battle World, you would have already unlocked them as well. So I pushed them all the way up, guys. I knew he was going to be, meta changing in terms of being added into the arena team, but now he actually makes any non-null team in arena absolutely useless. And on top of that, even the mirror matches are actually really fun because of the different speed mechanics involved depending on where your team kind of stacks up. But yeah, it's going to definitely shape things up in the arena meta, guys. So I got a couple of things that I want to show you in terms of gameplay, how to counter some of the meta matches, but more importantly, why is Knull so good for the arena meta and what does he bring to the table? And among his other abilities, I don't want to go through it in detail, but the big one here is his passive, guys, and you'll see real quickly on here that his passive with the T4 here, enemies cannot become empowered. It is a direct counter against some of the most powerful tunes in the game, especially in arena, right? When you can't become empowered, well, that's basically stripping away Apocalypse's ultimate ability, right? His ultimate gives him that empowered state to actually use his Apocalypse Punch, which almost, most certainly takes down an enemy at instant death. And so no longer can Apocalypse actually have value now. And then also on top of that, Mephisto, when you guys are actually using him, his passive here is actually an empowered as well. Remember that on spawn, if he's not a clone, he does not have 2 or more exhausts, he's going to gain that 666% speed and then also become empowered on his first turn. Well, guess what? You can't do that now. So he can't even use his scrolls. So really cool mechanic involved. Now we're kind of keeping the battlefield even with the fact that, essentially Knull counters both of them. So that really leads us to the question, then, what is the arena team going to be when you have a direct counter like that? Well, currently right now, what I have on defense is I'm switching it up between, potentially Gore or Gladiator, but this is what I have slotted in on defense right now. I'll see how long this lasts, but some of the matches you'll see in the gameplay is that we're going to be up against some enemies that actually have Gladiator instead of Gore. And then as well, we'll also go up a counter mirror match against this exact same team. So that way you guys can see how the gameplay is going to be. But yeah, overall, this looks like it's going to be the next kind of meta here in the arena. Remember, you want to be doing as best as you can, staying in the top 10, top 20, because right now we're in accumulation stage. We're just gathering as many power cores as we can. When you stay in the top 10, you're getting 500 per day, top 20, 450, and then top 50, 400 power cores per day, which is absolutely amazing. It's giving us the flexibility to adapt to future events here and actually pivot our account into a progressive way, especially with the new Gear Tier 20 release, right? So enough talking, guys. Let me show you some gameplay footage here of Knull in action, as well as against some of these meta teams in arena. Okay, let's get this party started here with one of the most common teams that you'll be up against anyways in arena if your opponent doesn't have Knull. If they log in and they get Knull, chances are they probably will build them up like I did. But again, guys, well worth the investment because one of the best characters already in the game. So you're going to start this off here. Again, remember, we're up against this kind of classic meta before Knull. And look, right away, right off the bat, if you're up against a non-Knull team, our Mephisto was able to use his scrolls, whereas theirs couldn't, right? And then what you wanted to be doing now is just basically the same strategy. Control the Odin, because he's going to be the most important character to take down. But this is really cool. We go ahead, we use Knull special. It summons a ally Carnage for us, but as well, this is where that darkness mechanic comes into Knull. This is why it's so important, because there's just constant assisted attacks now in this new dynamic here with the darkness, and it applies to enemies, as you can see, with the enemies attacking each other. It also stacks up as well with additional stacks each turn. So I mean, it's just a really cool mechanic now that we can actually play around with in arena. And right off the bat, you can see it's already easily 4 versus 5. This is becoming an easy match now. Absolutely shredding with the darkness, but as well, more importantly, remember, the most important character to aim for from any standpoint is going to be Odin. And yeah, you just see the assisted attacks going in with the darkness and just how fast and how much damage he can do. And currently right now, if you guys missed it, I do have my Knull at ISO 8 Raider, just because that way he can do a little bit more kind of crits. And again, I expect that to actually get substantially raised once we get the red stars. But yeah, easy match. Now we finally go ahead, activate the iconic ultimate that we've seen in Battle World right there. And then, yeah, easy cleanup, guys. There's not really much to say about this match. Just the fact that it's smooth sailing. And if you're up against a non-Knull team with this team, it's going to be a walk in the park, and whereas before mirror matches, it was down to the wire with the Odins, right? So very happy with this now. And allow me to show you guys here real quickly. So that was a non-Knull match, right? Obviously, it's important to consider the mirror match now. And I typically have seen this right now in the top, you know, I would say 5 to top 10 in arena right now are probably the folks that have already invested and brought up Knull. So we're gonna do a classic example here, and we'll do a straight on mirror match. There's been some variants that I've seen. Some of them using Gladiator, some of them using Gore, which is the exact same team on my roster. So I feel it feels the same, to be honest. So this is this setup right now does have a Gladiator setup. So I'll show you guys how to do this. So first and foremost, remember, now that they have an enemy Knull, we can't use our scrolls as well on Mephisto. But we have really no choice then but to target that Gladiator in the beginning. But we do pivot here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to target the Odin first of all. Just because he also has darkness again. And look at all the assist attacks we're getting from both Odin and as well as Knull. Which is why I think it's going to stack up a lot easier in arena, because we actually have more control as opposed to defense. So now I think offensively it's going to be easier in arena as opposed to the mirror matches we saw. But this is where I would switch things up. When you do have Knull's turn, I would actually use his ultimate first, not the special that you saw in the previous round, because this is going to do some more area field damage. On top of that, you know, obviously having the taunt on Gladiator, this is kind of a way to bypass that with the ultimate still impacting and damaging the enemy Odin. But thankfully, look at all the bleeds, look at all the debuffs, right? And we can slowly just target him each time. There's exposure on him, there's darkness. I mean, my goodness, that Odin just got absolutely shredded. And now we're basically just smooth sailing once again. So you can just see how powerful Knull is and what he brings to the table from an offensive standpoint. Definitely a great investment to be had, guys. So highly recommend if you haven't already. But yeah, climb your way up as high as you can. Hopefully this gameplay is helpful for you guys as well, as you get more power cores every day. And like I said, pretty exciting now that the unlock is here, and definitely looking forward to using him in other game modes as well. Do let me know what you think, comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.